Okay, let's start this out early again with the shadows. Sorry about that. We're going to start over here with the number system. We count one. We have the 0 in here. What is the 0 for? The 0 says I count from 2 all the way to 8 plus 1 plus 9, the head and the tail. The reality of the head and the tail is counting from 1 all the way over to 5. Then there's a circle over here. It's 105. The hand of God is 2, 3, 4 where we are. Then it becomes the 0 over here, and it's 9. Becomes 509 or chain number 509, and this becomes 6, 7, and 8. Okay? 9, 5, and 1 is A, E, and I. A, E, and I are the three vowels that take up the three systems. A, E, and I. A, E, and I. Three levels, three systems. This one ends up to be the sky. Time heaven. This is the spirit in the sky of time heaven. That's just the way it says. When you add up A, E, and I, a total is 15. The total over here is 10, 20, 30, and 15 equals 45. 30 becomes 36, and 15 equals to 51, A and E. 51, 15, 51, this way and that way. Why? Because the 15 is the circle. It doesn't matter which way you put it. 51 represents the letter F, 5 and 1. 6. 5 times 1 is 5, representing E. 1551 looks like Isis. 9559 represents 95, represents Neptune. 5 times 9 is 45, represents when you add 1 all the way up to the 9, it equals to 45. 2, 3, 4 is the jail. 8 and 2, 7 and 3, 6 and 4, 10, 10, 10. 7 and 3 creates the cube. 8 times 4 creates the doorway. 6 times 2 creates 12, creates Abba. Abba, the father of A and U, because the U is the 21st letter. The O in E-A-U-O says the water is father. Who is the water father? O says water. Neptune's number is 9 and 5. Mars is the sand, 1 and 5. Mars, DNA, 4, 1, 4. DNA, Andy, 9 and 5. Now we take 1551, 6226 in 1551, 1551 will create the gateway 7777. 49 and 49 is 90H. It's the high heaven because it's 2 to the left and it's 2 to the right. Why? Why is it like that? Because it's this one and this one, and it's this one and this one. So it's this one with E, and it's that one with E. It's D and E, and it's E and F. If you want to call it Diefenbaker, we're not going to get into that right now. This is what the rotation looks like. This is what it becomes in the 7 worlds. If you want to take this to the next level into the 10, 6 and 4 and 2 and 8 becomes 4 and 8. Now, if you take 4 and 8 and you take a search down the letters, Z is the letter G, General Electric, G and E, 5 and 7, because 5 is the gateway inside 7. 7 and 8 are the same. The 8 is a gateway within 8. 8 and 9 is your birth. The H and I letter is a two-way letter. The gateway is number 7, which is your G within the letter. The G, I don't know how it works, but in the cards, the G in the cards shows the moon at the top or the open space at the top. The G, which is 6 and 1, which will create your G or your exit point between 1 and 6. Between 1 and 6. This is your only 7. 1 and 6 is your only 7 because 2 duplicates in 5 and 4 duplicates in 3. So those 7s repeat. So this is what you have over here. 0 and 0 because it's a box of numbers. It's 3 numbers and it's 3 numbers. It's 3 numbers in this, creating 14. And it's 3 numbers in this. 8 and 7 is 15. 21 equals to the cube. 9 equals to the birth. The difference is 12. What is 12? It's L. L, the 12th letter, is L. L means her. It also means the sky. Okay, these are the L, and this is the L. It means her in French and the sky. At the same time, you bring them together and you create and you lock the horns. Creation of the torch or the I inside L, inside the world. But you're split. L and L. It's of the world and it is split. The total is 48. G, 7, 16, 25 equals 48. 8 by 4 is 32, which is BC the doorway. 3 and 2, BC the doorway. BKTCLU creates this, 2112. Creates your doorway, 2 and 1 and 1 and 2. The only way to get 1 and 2 is this way. The only way to get 2 is 1 and 1 or a 2 with a nothing. This is the only way. It's A and B creates B and C. 48 is your doorway. 48 over here is your G. Why did I mark that G? I'm going to show you in a minute. We're going to continue on over here. That 4 and 6 and 2 and 8 will create the 10-10 passageway. 10, 0 equals 6 equals to 16. 1 and 6 equals to 7. So J will now equal to 7. T, 0 equals 6. 2 and 6 will now equal to 8 or 26. T will now become the letter Z. And this one will now be zeta. This one will be zeta. Okay. The next thing is 109. All zeros will become 6, and this becomes 169. 169 is 13 by 13, and it is Monopoly. The squares in Monopoly bring the Monopoly board to be 13 by 13 equals 169 plus 8. 4 and 4 is 8 is 177. 717 equals to 8 and 7 equals to 15. 7 and 8 on this side equals to 15 and equals to O and O. Water, water, father, father, Neptune, Isis. To unravel the ice of Mars and Isis, it all combines together. Why? Because Area 51 and the number to Mars is 51. 5 times 1, 5 plus 1 is 5 and 6, and 5 and 6 begins the other side of the board in F. It's the other side. Instead of going D, E, F, E, 1 plays inside 3, and 1 plays inside 5. 5 plays with F. E, F, G, H, I. I is also part of E, and I reverts down to E. The I plays inside of E. The H is what splits. You see the upper level and the lower level? I is inside of E. So all you actually have is F and G. The 7th and the 6th letter, the spirit of 76. The total between the two equals to 93. The number of the sky of 93 is CIEL, and 93 stands for Mars. It's also Hoover Dam, and it stands for the red sky creation of Mars inside of Saturn, is what it says. Mars, I says red sky creation. 2 times 7, 2 plus 7 is 9, and 14 equals to 23. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 6. So it's the red sky creation inside E and F. So we come down over here and then we ask ourselves, how do we bring this to the next level? Because remember, 101 is actually saying 1010 backwards. You looking at it, me looking at this way, and you looking at it this way. So 101 is 1010. To the left is 7, to the right is 13. So when we go to the right and we move up to 13, 1 will now get 12. So in order to get 12, 1 and 2 is 3. So now 1551 is now 3. And this becomes 8, 8. This becomes 8, 8. And this becomes 3. And this is what it becomes. 24 and 11 equals 35. 24 and 11 equals 35. The total is 70. Earth and Jupiter Electric Company creating 15 and 8. The 8 ball and the 15 ball. And we're back to Isis again. The 8 ball shows 2 circles, 2 worlds, 2 sides. It's a split world. This one, okay, at the same time, instead of being just 13 times 13, because otherwise I do it 2 more times, 26 and 169 equals 195. 195. 169, 179, 189, 190, 191, 192, 195, 195, right over here. The East Coast highways. The spirit of the foxhole. Why? Because 9 times 5 is 45. 9 plus 5 is 14, equaling to 59 again. And the word Einstein equals to 95. And the holder of the water, Neptune, is 95. And 1776. Why? Because it totals out to 28, 39, 28, the moon and the sky inside Einstein's revelations and Neptune's connections. J and T, you add on 6 to each. 10 and 20 creation equals 30 plus 12 equals to creation of 42. Why is the creation of 42? E, 5, 4, 19. It also says mom and dad. 23 equals to 42. The representation of the cat, this will create 86. And this is man in heaven. What is 86? It's 4 parts here and it's 4 parts here. But when you join them together, all you have is 3 parts and 3 parts left, and this creates your 86, joining or bridging of your eyes. D represents the sky or the eye in the sky. C represents the energy. B represents the two-sided worlds of 69, 3 by 3, the dog and the cat, the soul and the spirit coming together inside of B. And A is creation, 30 equals 36. This number over here, 0. We have to understand that the first 9 letters in the alphabet all have a 0. Everything must be paired in 2s because it must pass through a hole. It must come through a wormhole. So everything gets 0. Every time you have a 0 on the left side, it equals to 60. 9 times 60 equals 540, or 1.5 times 360 because of the 2 sides, or the split side of the whale hole. We live in a whale, or we live in a big tube. This equals 540. We add 12 because inside the letter capturing, we have to add 12 more, 540. Before we go any further, 0 equals 6 becomes 546. 5 times 40 is 200 for the 200 Pasco, plus the 30 in creation is 230, becomes 236. 2 worlds of 36 equals to 72 times 5 equals to 360. All zeros make everything 1.5 because it's to the left and it's to the right. How do we get 101? Because it's on this side and because it's on this side. That 9 plays over here. Everything comes in between the band. 9 plays in the center of 1 and 5. Here comes number 9. Because it's 2 hands, 5 and 5, 5 toes, 5 fingers. So that's how we get this motion here. At the same time, we add on 12 because of J and T that's involved in these letters. When J and T are involved in the letters or the 0, add 12. Equals 552. But the single letter here becomes 5 times 2, 5 plus 2 is 10, and 7 becomes 1766. The reality is because there's 2 worlds, add 5 and 5 again, 1776. 10 and 7 becomes 17. This becomes 6. This becomes 60, becomes 66. 66 and 17 is 83. 8 times 3, 8 plus 3 is 24, and 11, 35. Becomes 15 and 8 equals to 23. 2 times 3, 2 plus 3 equals 5 and 6. And now we'll equal to number 87. 87 is the high heaven, the 7th gate and the 8th gate. If you look at the deck of cards, you will see the 7 and the 8 come together. 7 and 8 equals to 15. 78. 7 times 8 is 56. Plus 15. 7 and 8. 7 by 8 is 56. 7 plus 8 equals to 15. And again, we have the gateway. We have the game. The gameway. Me, God, angel. I am within God. I am the angel. 1551 equals 3883. This equals to the space. What happens to this 48? We're going to put it right over here. Why? These are the vowels. A is a vowel. U is a vowel. Just trying to look. Anyways, I don't have the U here. A is a vowel. U is a vowel. E is a vowel. O is a vowel. And I is a vowel. But coming with that, the J and S are in the vowel of the A family. Total is 30 creation. C has a vowel of U. Total of 34 DC creation. Take the 2 of them together equals to 64. 6 times 4, 6 plus 4 will equal to now 34 again. 30 plus 34 is 64. 0 equals 6 equals to 70. 0 equals 6. A and C equals to the spirit of 76. 7 times 6 is 42. Plus 13 equals to the passage of 55. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 and 5 is 10 equals to 35. Or C&E Electric Company, the next 2 vowels over here. When I take the vowels and I add up the vowels all together, I have a total of 51. A, E, I, O, and U is 51. When I add up the vowels inside of A using 1, J, and S, I use this whole 3 here as vowels. J is in the A family, S is in the ES family. U is its own. This is EL. This is NEW, Northeast West, E family. F as the O in its family, FOX, 6, 6, 6. 39 equals to I in the sky. O, automatically, once we get 25, 39, 45, add 60 is 105, the hand of God. And then multiply by 1.5, because the O family, multiply the whole family by 1.5. Have you ever played Scrabble? 60 times 1.5, which is orange, equals to 90, now becomes 96. 96 is the rotation of 666 inside the F family, in where D and 6 create a 10 worlds, and D is inside the upper sky. The cat is in the sky. 39 and 41, D and E is in letters, equals to 81, representation of Venus and the mind in the sky. Now what we're going to do is I take away all the letters. Did I have something down at the bottom? Okay, I'm going to show you this after. Here we have 351. This is the total alphabet added, 1 to 26 letters. I minus the vowels, 51. Then I minus 100 for the vowels where J and S is now a vowel intercepted. I'm not going to touch this one yet because this gets an extra 6. This gets an extra 6. These two together get 66 more. And this one over here gets 66 more. 132 ABC have to go on to these two. 132, 142, 152, 162, 172, 182, 192, 195, A, E, and I from A and E is now created. A, E, and I. A, E, and I. 195 plus, no, that's it, just 195. Now, we're going to take away 151. 151, again, ISIS. Okay, we remove that. Then we remove 27. Why 27? Because the I and the R are not the same. The I and the R are from the 9 family, and they play inside the numbers. The 1 also plays inside the numbers. I take this off after. This creates the red sun of creation. Why? Because 2 times 7 and 2 plus 7 equals to the big red. 2 times 7 is 14. That is your 41 or 14, your DNA. 2 and 7 is 9. That is a total of 23. This creates 23 the same way as 5 and 3. 5 times 3 is 15. 5 plus 3 is 8. 23. 2 times 7 is 14. 2 plus 7 is 9. 23. So in 27, red, which is the Y after Y, this is a W. This is a Y. WY says Y in its own. BCY, and the letters are B and GY. B and GY, big red. The total is 178, the spirit of the heavens of creation. 8 and 7 is 15. 8 by 7 is 56, creates the gateway inside Q. The 17th letter is the queen, which is the 12th card. The 12th card equals to L, equals to the eye in the sky. 173 is the leftover. Take away all the vowels, 178. The balance is 173. 3 by 7 is 21, the cube. And the queen, 13 is your AC energy. Now what we're going to do is move away 48. Why do we move away 48? Because G as in number 7, okay, is inside of A. 1 and 0, 0 equals 6. 6 and 1 equals to 7. S 19, 1 and 9 equals 10. 1 and 0, 0 equals 6. And again, we're back to G again. So now I'm going to use the letters in G. This stands for space of Abba. 4 plus 8 is 12, A and B. 4 by 8 is 32, B and C. 12 and 32 is 44, stands for D, the space in the sky. Minus that equals to 1.25. Now we're going to take the 1.25, 5 times 5 times 5, which equals to May 5th, and 1.25, or 1 1/4, because the 5 is 1 whole of 1/4. 144 and 144 is 288. October 15th, which is the 10th month, which is the letter J, and the 15th letter, which is the letter O, 25 equals joy, Lovejoy. 288 times 1.25 equals 360. Multiply this by 1.25 equals 360. 0 equals 6 equals 2, 366 of creation, 122 or 212. 212, which is part of, I don't know if I can go into this right now, but 212 is a creation of the 5. This is 100 Celsius equals to 212 Fahrenheit. 100 Celsius, 100 becomes 616, and it now becomes the passage of the light. Inside of 2 and 1 is 3, and 2 times 1 is 2. Inside the passage of the light is 212 degrees Fahrenheit to 100 degrees Celsius. This is how we get this. Now we come back to the beginning. What does A do? A comes with the next vowel, A and C, because the vowel is U. So you get AU is Abba, the water. So the Father is the water, which is Neptune. And it creates 50 AC, half life. Half of me is 50, because anytime you see 5 and 0 together, 5 times 0, 0 is the 15th letter. 5 times 15 is 75, equals to G and E. I am the electric life. The number 5 and 0 together is half. Half of me. The letter M says EM, it's half of me, or the sum of me, S-O-M-E, inside of A-C-A-I. Who I am is I am half of me. In French, it says j'ai, means I have the sum of. I am within the spirit of the intelligent. I am within the Father. There was one other thing over here. The cube equals to 21, but when we split the cube, it becomes 2022. 20th letter is T, 22nd letter is V. It says Jack TV. 21 and 21 plus 42 equals to 63 of creation, plus 6 equals to 69, rotation of 54 and 15, the son of Isis, the son of Mars, the son of the planet, the son of the melting of Neptune. Raphael, 7286 in the constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.